Wise Gemini Cab and INFJ Gemini Cab. So I want to talk about the 5 most thoughtless, ignorant things, 5 most messed up things you can do to a taxi driver, cab driver. And this is my plug-in hybrid Chrysler Pacifica 2018 hybrid plug-in Touring L. Hybrid Touring L plug-in. So number one, and some of these are on the borderline, the same BS meter, messed up. Backseat drivers, backseat driving. It's like the 1 or 2 mile person, guy that the person that wants to tell you how every little turn. If you're gonna be so picky or petty, drive yourself. You know, I have signs in my taxi. You make somebody successful, you can be successful. You dish out crap, you get crap back. Wise Gemini, help me, help you, help me, help them, help you. Rules in vehicle, no backseat driving. If you're not petty, particular, picky, drive yourself. Don't agree, find another taxi. Automatic sliding doors. Literally 94% of the 5% of the population don't know how to use a sliding door. I can do another commentary video about that. 5 different ways to open a door. I'm busy. If your mother and father and sister and brother and sister were dying, then would you be busy? Harm comes in many forms, not just a physical harm. Wise Gemini. The other side, no bad. You know, they have George Carlin. Inside every cynical person, there's a disappointed idealist. Examine what is said, not who speaks. Rules are flawed as the people and ignorant fools that make them. If the truth hurts you, we live in a sorry world. So, I've gotten a little sidetracked from the main topic, but this is my point. Great spirits have always been oppressed, encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Held there are no rules, we're trying to calm some. Arrogance diminishes wisdom. Arabian proverb. Okay, number 2 on the list. Also, somebody I took, and it wasn't a Marine that I normally take. It was a guy that I took down to the Mexican border, and he said his friend was getting told how to drive and this and that, and he ended up hitting a semi because he was so felt like bothered and harassed by the guy. 2, is like noise in the car, like being distracting, thoughtless, making a bunch of racket in the car. Why would you want to annoy the driver? He's gonna get into an accident. He's trying to take you somewhere, and you're in his vehicle, and you're being messed up. This is not your house, okay? Classless, thoughtless, whatever, meth addicts, whatever you want to call it. 3 is not being clear about the drop-off, pick-up, drop-off addresses, like where you're going exactly. Either give me an exact address, you don't have to give a zip code, or give it a cross street to give me a landmark. And then people that they don't know where they're at. If you don't know, how am I supposed to know? How is the driver supposed to know if you don't know? They can guess and make assumptions. 4 is asking for transportation without money. They think they can just flag you down and tell you in the middle of the ride or after the ride they have no money. Or they want to give you jewelry to pawn or some other barter, drugs. It's like Yellow Cab used to do, where you take collateral. That's a cab going to take collateral, and then when you want your stuff back, you pay. You go to office and pay. That's what I heard. Not exactly 100% clear if every city does that for Yellow Cab, but What's really annoying, and falls into like almost 1 or 2, is calling 2 or 3 or 4 drivers and then taking the one that shows up first. Problem with that is, whoever shows up has to spend gas and time, and then you're going to mess somebody else up because they probably had to stop picking somebody else up to get you. And then it causes conflict between the drivers. And then they get kicked off the base, and you don't care. People just drink their coffee, eat their donuts. They have no empathy at all, whatsoever. I'm a realist. This is practical, unsugar-coated. To get good service, one piece should be a good customer. You know, I'm busy. If your mother and father were dying, they would be busy. You have to realize what you're doing and how you affect other people. We're not numbers. We're not robots, so let's not treat people like robots or numbers. All right. Let's be politically correct. Let's say, oh, well, he's got to have his mask on. So I have my mask on, so you have my mask on. So nobody has to say, well, why don't you have that mask on? Because there's always some nitpicker that wants to say this and that.